Hi, good evening. Welcome back. Passion drives people. So that's something which I want to talk about today. And this is because I just wrapped up the quarterly all hands in our uh, team, I would say. And from the last two all hands, the management has decided to include one certain section in the all hands which is about passion stories. This is where handpicked number of people from across the organization come out and speak about what drives them, what keeps them occupied, and what is their passion about. And fortunately, I was one of the guys selected in the previous all hands, and in the I think it was like what June or July, if I'm right. And I had spoken about my obvious thing, which is my passion for photography and filmmaking and traveling. But the best thing is, from then till now, I've heard about another five more stories, and the more I hear about these things, and keeping aside my story apart, like I know what I do, I don't want to talk about why I like and what drives me and all. But listening to people talk about their passion and how they are so attached to it is something that's really motivating. Okay, and more than motivating, I can probably even say, go on to the extent like it's like very inspiring as well. Okay, um, two of the stories that got highlighted a lot in my got registered a lot in my mind today was one of them was my own colleague from India who has this passion for like nature and eco-friendliness and all those stuff. Now he built a house few years back, which is completely what we call as like an eco home. Okay, it's not that it is a completely new concept, but not many people venture out to do their houses in this style because I don't know. I really don't know if it's the risk involved or the cost or whatever it is, but it's like a minimal amount of cement usage and uh, a lot of such stuff. I mean, I don't it's like you have to invest on rainwater harvesting, and a lot of investment goes into this. But end of the day, the house that you build is like something which you are like very eco-friendly, and if it is really done very meticulously planned, and it's literally like a palace, and it's like a dream home that you can ever live about. And the amount of effort my colleague has put in to build his dream home in this style is something which I like really fascinated. He definitely has one more passion, which is about he has something else, like he has a farm wherein he breeds not really breeds he has about some 40 plus indie breed cows. Okay, he milks them and all the stuff like but the thing here is like I visited his farm a couple of weeks back. Okay, and the best thing about his farm are the goshalas, what we call it. It's not that okay, you have a place and you have like a number of cows, you milk them, you sell the milk, or you sell the curds or byproducts of the milk and all the stuff. What he's doing is kind of like beyond whatever I heard about in goshalas. Because typically goshalas are related to things around selling of this milk and milk byproducts, but he is kind of taking this approach wherein it is like a zero waste kind of a thing. So everything from its urine, from its cow dung, everything gets used. Everything gets fed back into the nature or some in some other form. The urine goes into making two three other things. Like one is like a kind of like a manure that it goes on to become, and another one is for consumption purpose, like because it has like a lot of medicinal benefits, so it's used as one of the key raw material in making ayurvedic medicines, so it is sent for that. The cow dung is again spread across multiple things, like one it's used for making manure, second thing it is used for making this kind of like a very refined kind of a manure which is given to certain type of plants. So many things, like I mean I just don't know that the things are like nothing goes for a waste. I mean that's what I would say. The milk gets sold, curds are done, the ghee is done. I mean, it's like a complete, and the way they're selling stuff is like no plastic stuff and all. It's all like glass bottles, or the people come and take it and go. I really like it. Like, I mean, the amount of effort that he has put in planning this and running this and all, it's very tiring, and it requires a lot of manual effort and manual intervention and all those things, but it's his passion which drives it. The second story that I heard about today is a guy from another labs, not from India, but he started off cycling about a decade ago. He started off something like he wanted to do cycling, and he started, and he was doing mountain biking, and he enjoyed doing it in trails and all those things, and slowly and steadily he evolved into what is known as road biking, wherein he does cycling on the road, and he started competing in long distance cycling and all those stuff. But the last part that was shown was he participated in the Ironman event. So Ironman event is like one of the world's best endurance event. Okay, I think it involves three different type of physical activities. I think it's cycling, swimming, and running, and he's come successful in it, and it is amazing. I like to know somebody who's from your own team. I mean, we hear about these stories in the paper and the social media and all the stuff, but knowing somebody from your own team who has done it, but hardly get to see all this stuff in the day-to-day stuff. We are like more focused towards people um, doing the day-to-day work, and it's during these events like this all hands and the passion stories section, that's exactly what brings out such hidden talent and how passionate people are about the things that they do. And it's really fantastic. I was very inspired by what I heard and what I saw. And this guy is like, apparently even after um, completing the Ironman, he didn't stop there. And I heard that I don't know if it was early in this year or late last year, he met with an accident and he had like few fractures and all those stuff. But he's recovered completely, and he's gone back to cycling. Okay, and like he's gone back, invested on a new cycle and a different style of cycling and all those stuff. He's done everything. Like now, what do you call it, like a mountain biking, he has done road long distance cycling, he has done Ironman, now he's gone back to again cycling. Fantastic. I love his determination. This is what is required. I mean, a lot of people start so many things, and it just like goes on like an exponential, wherein your Josh keeps on going up, and at one stage it's like tap, it drops off, and once it drops it never picks up. And that's something which you have to be very careful. Like at least flatten the curve. That's a key phrase that is going on here. Like at least like don't let your enthu dip. Don't let your passion dip. That's what I would say. And that's a message for me as well. Like I know what I have gone through in my life, and how the first, probably I would say like 10 years of my photography career was, and how things turned up and all, and how the last 2 years where it was like extremely silent. I mean, I don't even want to call it like wherein I say dipped, but I don't want it to die down. And that's why I've picked up and caught up and things and doing a lot of stuff, and listening to such stories is what kind of inspires me and motivates me to keep going and keep doing things, because I might come back and tell my passion story again in my organization, maybe next year or maybe 2 years or 3 years later, wherein I have some success story to talk about. And I can talk about this low time that I had, and how I picked up from there and what I've come to become. And that's what I liked. Another thing is, one of my senior manager, when he started off talking, he made a reference to this book called Why We Work, and in that he brought out a quote. I mean, it's two things are not related, but I'm just bringing because it's all about people and mentality and stuff like that. So he says that people are who they are and not what they work on. Okay, and that's, I think you can kind of relate it to what we were talking. Like you see people working on like development stuff, testing stuff, management, and so many other stuff, but people are really who they are and what drives them, and it's their passion. And it's amazing to listen to all these stories and get all pumped up. It's nice. It was like I really like the way the meeting went today. So that's it I had for today. Passion drives people. That's what I would say. That's it for today. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.